What I could say is that in the past, Cruyff Football was more presential events. They had contacts more with the clubs. They sent coaches to them. Was more live. But now what we are trying to do is an online platform where we can approach the legacy of Johan Cruyff through internet, through online, that we can inspire a lot of coaches all over the world. That is a much more global project, is online, but also we will do some live events. But now Cruyff Football is basically an online platform to help coaches around the world to be inspired with this kind of football style, the positional play inspired by Johan Cruyff. Was a lot of years ago in 90, 91, when he arrived in Barcelona. I was living next to Nou Camp, and I feel directly that something special was happening, and I had the chance to watch a lot of trainings next to Mini Stadium, because in that moment was possible to watch the trainings. Very few people were there, and every time that was possible for me, I was there watching the trainings. In this unbelievable way of playing football, this unbelievable way of training, he really impacted me from the beginning. And after that, of course, I met him when I was coordinator of the youth academy in Barcelona. I had the chance to talk with him a lot of times because he was coming there a lot of times. I had the chance to speak with him personally about football, about his ideas, about the personality of the players, all the things that for him were very important to develop young players, but also teams and professional players. Was really, every word of Johan was really inspiring me. And later I also was in Cruyff Football Institute, where I studied the Master Sport Management, the international one, and I had also the opportunity to meet him. That means in my life I met him in different moments, and in every single moment that I had the chance to meet him, to talk to him, he was always a big impact. Everything. For me, Johan has been the person. No, the coach, his vision about the game, about the training, about how to play. I discovered on him a lot of small details regarding the game that you never can read it in the books, that changed the way that I was thinking about the football game. That is why Johan for me was the person who changed my life, who gave me the way how I should be as a coach in the future. I learned his courage, for example, taking decisions, but also in the way of playing. I learned that the most important is the team, but not the player. I learned that that is very important, the technical level of the players, put more attention with the intelligence of the player, the technical and the tactical level of the player, in front of the physical condition of a player. I learned the excellence in football. A genius. That is it. He was a person who was capable to see things that nobody else could figure out, and so quick. And when once you listen to him, you say, but this is so easy, why I couldn't see it? And on another hand, he was a winner. He was a person that he always was trying to get advantage in every situation that he had. If I should say two things, that are the two things for me most important about Johan Cruyff as a strateg. Move the ball never gets tired. That is the best advice. But also, everything what you do, do it with courage, with determination, with commitment. That is the advices that I get from him. At the beginning, I wanted to write a book, but I figured out that I was not good enough in writing. And then I wanted to draw everything what I learned in my years. My inspiration was how I can help coaches around the world. And of course, all my life has been inspired for Johan Cruyff and for Football Club Barcelona, and also I've been working in Holland as well. And I have to share all this knowledge with football coaches, because a lot of people around the world was asking me, please Albert, help us, help me, I know we need information. We don't know a lot of things about the positional play and the way that the Dream Team plays. And then I start to draw myself with programs, digital programs, and I start to draw, and then I explored the digital way of sharing the information. That is why I create the Cruyff Football Platform. I create in that period when I started, that was not the name. It was something just only for me, that I could use it myself with all the coaches around the world. But then when I had the chance to work with Jordi Cruyff in Tel Aviv and also in China, one day Jordi Cruyff was watching what I was doing in the computer. He said, please show me what you are doing. And then after 5-10 minutes, he said, stop Albert, this is my father. And then I say, yes, I know, everything is inspired with your father. I understand that you can recognize it very quick. Okay, let's work on it, because I think this is very interesting platform to share with all the coaches all over the world. And this platform deserves the name of my father, and we will help all the coaches be inspired for him. That is the idea behind of the platform, Cruyff Football. We have different aspects that are very important for us. First is the quality of every information that we deliver inside of the platform. Quality versus quantity. That means that we create all the content, we write and we draw all the drills, we create all the videos, and that everything is produced inside of the Cruyff Football Platform, not from people from outside. Then we try to be as efficient as possible. That means we don't want to overload with a lot of information the platform. We only want to introduce in the platform this information that is really valuable for the coaches, that they don't expend time. Also, when we talk about efficiency, is also that it has to be a platform that has to be always open, because if it's a worldwide platform, it has to be available 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. That is also why. And also we try to do a platform that is very easy to understand, very clear. It has to be very visual, but also that once you are surfing inside of the website, you can learn all the small details that Johan Cruyff inspired us to improve the game. And that is what we're trying to share inside of the platform. I think is a very good tool, unbelievable tool for coaches. I tried to create through Cruyff Football the football platform that I would like to have when I was starting as a coach. They are vision. They are visionaries. They are coaches with a very clear ideas, with a big determination whatever they want to do. They have a very strong values, a very strong beliefs, and they don't change their vision when the things are going wrong. They only try to, of course, change the situation until things happen, but they are very determined. It's people with a lot of commitment and with a lot of courage. And of course, the positional play, this style of football that Johan Cruyff inspired all the coaches all over the world. He's special, and you can see it from the beginning. When you met Johan for the first time, I already figured out that was a special person. And with Jordi is exactly the same. Jordi has these quick reactions when the things are complicated. He always finds a way to solve it, very quick and very fast and very intelligent. And that is something that I saw with Johan Cruyff, and I really see also with Jordi Cruyff, that they are very intelligent to find solutions, to solve problems in a way that nobody else could figure out. No, we really, with Jordi, we had a click with him. He's is a person that he likes the football game, he loves the football game, and he really likes to be involved in football. And for me was a pleasure, was a gift, to have the chance to work with Johan Cruyff's son. First, when I met Jordi the first time in Maccabi Tel Aviv, because I didn't met him before, he was the sport director. That means I met Jordi Cruyff as a sport director. That was a man always on the phone, always trying to convince people, to explain the project that he was doing in Maccabi Tel Aviv, that he had a big success there. Just let you know that when he left the club, the fans make a tifo in the stadium for a sport director. That doesn't happen in the football world. You can imagine how big the impact was, Jordi Cruyff in Maccabi Tel Aviv. But after that, he had to change the coach. And the president asked him, please, you have to be the coach some games. That means I was his assistant as a coach and was his first experience as a football coach. And we had to help him a lot because he knows a lot about the football game, but he hadn't experience as a coach on the field. That means we had to collaborate very close. It was very easy to work with him. He really gave us the chance to offer to him our best. And we had a big success. We didn't lose any game. We only draw one game. And of course, it was a temporary situation. And then he came back as a sport director once he found out a new coach for that team. What happened after that he went to China, and then as a coach again, because he liked the experience to be a coach in Maccabi Tel Aviv. And then he said, Albert, I need you there. And I say, okay, I will come some months just to help you. And I really was shocked with the way that Jordi Cruyff understood the mentality from Chinese people, because it's absolutely a different way of thinking. And now was one of these moments that I thought, oh, come on, this is so quick, so clever, so intelligent. Because we have this kind of European football style of coaching, and the way that the people in China, the players, the board members, the staff, they act absolutely different. And then he said, here we have to do this and this and this and this and this. And at the beginning I say, Jordi, no, it's not like this. And he said, yes, Albert, believe me, trust me. He convinced me, as always do. And at the end he was absolutely right. And because of that, we saved the category in Chongqing. And I always say that we always save the category in first division in Superliga in China because of Jordi, because he visualized from the beginning how we should do the things there. That was absolutely different how we should do it if we were in Europe. I'm a very curious person. I like to develop myself as a person, not only as a coach, as a person, but also as a professional. And I also, I had it very clear always that if I want to be a good coach, if I want to be a good sport management, I have to know all the sides of the football game. That is why when I had the chance to get the Master of Sport in Cruyff Institute, I didn't doubt even 1 second. For me, I also say that Cruyff Institute changed my life, because I was a football coach and I studied in the university, but I learned so many things that I didn't know about the sport industry, regarding marketing, communication, finances, a lot of areas that they really helped me to develop as a person. If I'm the person who I am right now, because I had this fantastic experience in Cruyff Institute when I studied the master, and because this inspiration, okay, then I was much more curious to continue studying, to developing myself, and the people who opened my eyes were the people from Cruyff Institute. I really enjoyed the time, was really inspirational. I got a lot of knowledge, and now I'm much better because of them. First, we have to explain that football is not forever. And one thing is money, another thing is education. And that is what I explain to my kids. I don't know if you will get some money once I will die, but I want to be sure that you are real well educated. Because at the end of education, if you have money, you know how to handle it. And when you don't have money, also it helps you to come back. And that is, there is one statistic that it says that more than 50-60% of the sports around the world, it doesn't matter how many zeros are behind the number one, we're talking about millions of euros, they lose almost all the money in less than 5 years. And that is a very important statistic. That is why we have to explain the athletes, the sports, that education is the first. And of course they have to combine with the football or basketball or handball, or doesn't matter which sport they play. But they should take care also what they will gonna do once they will stop playing the sport that they are practicing. And that is something that everyone should really take care of it. Because usually your sport career ends when you are 30, 32, 35, you are lucky. That means still you have 40 years, 30 years, and this is a lot of time. And it's something that I learned, now I'm 53, that life change like this, and you have to be ready when the life challenge you, and the best way to solve that is education. I really think that the demands of the football clubs for the players are very egoistic for the point of view of the clubs. And they should think much more about not the football player, the person. Because behind of every football player there is a person. And also we don't know if all of them they can live or they can play in professional football. And we don't know how intelligent they will be in the future to handle the money that they have raised in their career. Because there are not too many players that they can stay 10, 12 years in professional level. That is why I really think that it's responsibility of the clubs to take care of the education of the players and also offer the time during their daily responsibilities to study and also support them, encourage them to study, to prepare the players for the future. Because at the end what happens in football is we receive the kids when they are young, when they are maybe 10, 8, 12, 13, until 20 years old. For me, it's one of the best periods in their lives. And we don't know, as a football coach, as a club, if all of them they will be professionals. But still, we have a big responsibility. That means we have to try to help them to be professional footballers, of course, but also we have to be sure that we give something to them for the rest of their lives. And that is something that is a big responsibility for the clubs to take care of that. I absolutely agree. I think everybody who has been practicing the sport when they are younger ages, they are developing a lot of skills, not only in leadership, also in auto responsibility, or to follow the aims, a long-term vision, following the dreams, do everything what you have to do to achieve what you are looking for. I really think that is really useful for the sports industry. And of course there will be people that maybe they have not been athletes, that also they can be very good in the sports industry. But for sure, the athletes, for sure, we should take care of them, and we should use all these skills that they have been training when they were young to put this experience, to use this experience in the sports industry. I really agree. Yes, of course. If you have a lot of knowledge, you will take better decisions, because you will be capable to understand better the people around you. Is the same. As much as you know about the game, about the football industry, about the different areas of the game, better decisions will take. That is why I would really recommend everybody who wants to stay in the football industry that they have to try to understand the game as much as possible, that it will help them a lot to increase the chances to have success. First, I really think that the legacy of Johan Cruyff will be eternal. He has inspired the modern football. He showed us the way. And of course, now we have to develop that. That is our responsibility. That is why it makes a lot of sense to create this platform with the name Cruyff Football, because that it will help all the coaches to understand the way of thinking of Johan Cruyff, that they can use this inspiration to develop their careers all over the world. Because Cruyff Football is a platform that is the aim, right? To make sure that the legacy of Johan Cruyff is available to inspire coaches all over the world. And that is what we're trying to do, that everybody have the chance to have access to all this information that is very specific, that is very unique, that is really excellent content, that you never will find this information on the books. And that is what we are trying to do in Cruyff Football, to be sure that this very high value with all the knowledge that Johan Cruyff had stays with us forever.